Samsung has continued to improve their smartphones with each generation, and their newest and greatest is the Samsung Galaxy S3. Continuing with the trend that Samsung set off with the Galaxy Note and Galaxy S2 and so on, the screen has gotten considerably bigger compared to the first generation Galaxy S. This is a 4.8-inch 720p display. It's still running with the AMOLED, so you get the brilliant colors, really bright display. This is the North American version, so it is running on a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 dual-core processor, and that allows it to connect to the LTE networks of Bell and AT&T. The international version is running on the Samsung Exynos quad-core processor. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference in performance there, and what I found with the dual-core Snapdragon was it was still quite peppy. So what you have here is 1 GB of RAM, and it comes preloaded with the latest version of Ice Cream 4.0, Ice Cream Sandwich. So in terms of design, they've definitely gone with a thinner profile. This is a very thin phone. They kept it light, so there's just a thin plastic back. So some people might say that it feels kind of plasticky or cheap, and that's a viable argument. I did find that it is quite slippery on the back, so especially when you're holding a phone that's this size with this kind of size touchscreen, you will feel like it's starting to fall out of your hand a little bit. The camera on the back is an 8-megapixel shooter, comes with the Xenon flash and everything, so that's pretty great. Along with Ice Cream Sandwich, Samsung has also included a number of additional features. One of them is called S-Voice, and that's basically their answer to Siri. So you can do a lot of voice-based questions like what is the weather like in Vancouver, or what is the capital of Cambodia, that kind of thing. It doesn't work quite as well as Siri, but the voice-based recognition is there. One feature that I really did like was something called Smart Stay. There's a front-facing camera here, and what it does is it keeps track of whether there's a face looking at the phone. That keeps the screen on, so if you're reading an article or deciding your next move in Words with Friends, the screen doesn't turn off on you, so that's very, very useful. So one thing that you'll notice from the lock screen is that it's not just a lock screen, so there's stupid animations and things like that to do stuff, and you can swipe to unlock, but you also notice that there are some quick icons on the bottom there. Tap and hold one of them, like the phone icon I'm holding here, and I'll swipe up. It'll quick launch straight into the phone application, so that's much more handy than having to unlock it and then find the phone app or whatever. So you're able to customize the different apps that are in there. The screen quality itself, with all Samsung high-end smartphones, this is utterly fantastic. It's a Super AMOLED again. Color saturation is fantastic. Watching movies, playing games, you're gonna have a great experience. And even despite having the large 4.8-inch 720p display, I found battery life to be very good. Some of this might have to do with the optimizations that they've done with the version of Ice Cream Sandwich or some of the other optimizations that Samsung might have done, but I found that even running on full LTE, running the Wi-Fi and the GPS and all that, I was able to get well over a day's worth of regular work. And that's not something that you're able to do with a lot of Android smartphones. So the Samsung Galaxy S3, it's available now through most Canadian major carriers, Rogers, Bell, TELUS, Wind, and it's launching soon, if not already, with many of the American carriers, AT&T, Verizon, and so on. You can find it on contract anywhere between $159 to $199, give or take. It depends on the length of contract and that kind of thing. This is just a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy S3. So we'll have the full review up, posted on MEGATechNews.com very shortly. I'm Michael Kwan. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.